right, come sit with us.
Because being a human is ridiculous.
Agreed. Honestly, being a human, being an adult, it's all ridiculous.
Oh, I don't. I'd like to say I could sort of figure out a day. Do you know, every day is different. Every day is different. I don't think every day I have something happen. I can't figure out what the hell I'm supposed to be doing.
Right. I mean, think about this one. What's something like a unconventionally inconvenient thing? Wait, no, conventionally inconvenient. Maybe I'm saying it backwards. Like, I call them first world problems. Replying to text at the correct time. I don't know.
Oh, mine is watching you call me. Not just you, anybody. If you call, I am looking at the phone. I'm watching.
You're watching it ring and you're like, should I answer it? Should I?
It goes away. I'm like,
do you know how many times I text someone first and say, can you talk? But you know what? I do not like phone conversations to last more than a few minutes. Like, I don't need all your gory details. Just get to the point and then get me on this damn phone.
Dude, she says that and she's on the phone with me 4 hours a day and we sit here and
do that's bullshit. No. Bullshit. Yeah. I don't think we've ever had a 4-hour conversation.
Yeah, okay.
I do this thing with my mother where if I call her every day, I get like a 5-minute phone conversation with her and she's aware of this. So Mom, don't get butthurt when I talk about this. But if I call her every single day, I get a 5-minute phone conversation. God forbid I wait 24 hours to call that lady because I will be on the phone for 2 to 4, maybe longer. Just depends.
Look, she's got a lot of stuff to tell you.
I don't know how 24 hours passed and suddenly she has a life. And neither do I.
I know. Our parents are supposed to sit there and wait for us to call. Like,
Exactly.
My kids are always like,
they expect you to be there
like
at
the
that
audacity
moment.
That you can't come and get me now.
You know what sucks more? Like they call you, so you call them right back and they don't answer. Yeah. And you're like, hello, did you die?
Yeah.
Did
what
you
happened?
Fall off the face of the earth? Hello?
I think they're just shocked because you didn't pick up. I think they're like, I can't believe that my mom is doing something that isn't answering my call. What's going on?
Not just phone calls. Like, what about those walking away from a conversation without doing that awkward half wave? Oh, how many times have you done that?
We would go. Now it's better now. Oh, God, I'm so happy it's better now. But when we would go to my in-laws' house, we would go and, whatever, it was a holiday or whatever. We're all trying to get to leave. And I'm like, okay, let's start the car. Let's get the kids in there, whatever. Or get the kids ready to go. And then we would stand at the door with the car running, mind you. And
awkward. Yeah.
Oh, no, it was a 3-hour goodbye.
Oh, my God.
It's the 3-hour. And it's just
everybody's got to give love a million times.
Oh, God, yes. And it's like, oh, wait, did I tell you about? Oh, wait, did we? And it's only ever
because
seemed to be.
Because you don't see each other as often. So whenever you see each other on those holidays, you got to catch up.
But they literally a town away. It's not like your mother-in-law lives next door.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, we go over there and then we're there for 3 hours. And then I'm like, hey, and you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. It's like every time I have a conversation, whenever I'm in public with you, I always do that half wave. They're like talking and you're familiar and you know what's going on. And maybe I've seen this person once or twice. And so I'm like, hey, I'm just over here existing.
And my issue is, and I'm sorry.
And let me tell you guys, Kelly is a talker. It might be an absolute surprise, but by God, she's a talker.
I am. But my shittiness is I cannot remember anyone's name. And that's why I don't ever introduce you, because I'm like, I can tell you absolutely. I'm talking to this person. This person told me that so-and-so's having a baby. This one went on vacation. This one's getting married.
You remember the details, but you don't remember the pertinent information.
I'm like looking right at, I couldn't tell you what their name was. Nothing. And that's why I can't introduce anybody. I'm like, I'm sorry. And sometimes I'll be like, oh, this is my friend Jen. And this is, and like, you give that awkward, like, and then they're offended.
You're like waiting for them to fill in the blank.
Yes.
Tell me your name.
And they have that don't remember look because they're like, really? I told you all that stuff about me. And I'm like, yeah, but I have this, like, I don't know what it is. I mean, you've been, like you said, you've been out with me. You see that, like, people just like to tell me their life story.
Everybody does, but that's been me too my entire life.
That's why we're kindred spirits.
Girl, in high school, they used to say I was the therapist. Everybody would tell me I knew everybody's drama.
Oh, me too.
And maybe that's why I have such big hair full of secrets.
It does enter the room.
I know so many secrets.
Look like Bellatrix.
Isn't that what they said about
Oh my God.
Mean Girls? What was her name?
Oh, yeah.
She had big hair because she had so many secrets. She knew so many secrets.
You know what? We're not even wearing pink. We should be wearing pink.
Is today Wednesday?
No.
Oh.
Today's Monday.
Listen, we're fine. It's Monday. We'll wear whatever the fuck we want.
Well, I'm wearing jeans. Am I screwed? I got to wear a skirt the rest of the time. It's cold up here.
I need to bathe. This sickness has got me on the...
I had to shovel and do shit this morning, so I had to shower before I came over. Sorry. Dude.
Oh, Christ almighty. Well, yeah.
You didn't want me to stink.
If anything's offensive, it's me. I apologize.
Mm-hmm. No,
what about being able to make a phone call like a normal adult?
Oh, God. I don't know. See, and the thing that gets me is we grew up in the gap. I call it the gap from the rotary phone, from the dial phone, whatever, to where you had to make phone calls into texting. Like, we're the ones that invented texting and all that stuff. But yet I cannot remember how to revert back to that phone call thing. I have to write down what I have to say sometimes. I'm like, hello, I would like to order a pizza. And then I get on there and I write down what we want. Bloop. And then I'm like, y'all sell pizzas?
Well, I usually write down my order first so that way I remember. I don't think that's weird.
I have to write down what I'm going to say and what I think they're going to respond.
Okay. Well, I don't freak out too much about that, but like sometimes just making the phone call is hard for me. I'm like, I have to be an adult and I have to do the things. And I think that's the hardest part about being an adult. That's one thing that definitely should be easy, and it's not.
You know, I kind of think that's why you call your mom every day. And you're like, I'll see if she'll make that phone call for him.
No, she doesn't really do that for me anymore. There was a point whenever she did. I mean, I still do the phone calls for the kids because they're weird about it. But the kids have been randomly independent this year. And you know, over the last year, not 2026, but this year.
Done.
I know, right? And I'm okay with it. Oddly, I'm okay with it. But I mean, there's other things that just are too hard. Like there's that silent panic I get when someone says, hey, you want to hang out?
Oh my God.
And maybe me now might feel like hanging out, but me on the day of hangout probably doesn't want to hang out.
Oh my God. Yes. Yes. And then later on, you're like, you're just going about your day. And then you're like, hey, remember you made plans with that person? And then your face is like dread.
And you're like, fuck, I got to follow through.
No, I normally start pretending I'm already getting sick.
Listen, I try to follow through and I feel guilty if I don't follow through. There's something that I have about being honest and having rules. I don't know what it is about my brain, but I cannot navigate life without rules because it feels way too chaotic for me. Like I have to know my boundaries. I have to know where I lie in the situation. God, I have control issues.
That could be it.
I might realize this about myself now. You know, I'm a little self-aware. That's good.
No, and I mean, here we are. We bounce ideas off each other when we're talking about what we're gonna do for our podcast. And I've been on board with pretty much everything you said. Like, I feel like you and I mesh very well together, and we vibe very well together, and it's probably why this whole thing flows like it does. But I mean, I'm not the jump in and take charge person. So you being able to make these plans and do this has been fantastic. I mean, I can come in here and throw some funny stories, and I like to talk about sex, and I don't have a problem making fun of myself. So I mean, I'm the comic relief. But
I just want you to know that I am in no way, shape, or form organized. I think actually I'm on opposite ends of the dictionary. Jennifer and organized are very opposite ends of the dictionary, girl.
Dude, here we go. Look, you and I were sitting here. We were shooting the shit. We were talking about the videos I did for Facebook, and you were like, "We should do a podcast." And I said, "We sat here nice and baked." I was like, "Oh, I totally do that shit with you." And not even 2 days later, you're on the phone with me like, "Here's all the stuff I ordered," and I'm like, "The fuck are you talking about?" And you're like, well, "Oh, you remember?" And look where we're at. Look what we're doing. Like, this is the best time of my freaking life. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm glad that you feel that way.
I love you, Jen. You're
I love you too, Kelly. I love you too.
But like, this is the side quest I needed with everything that was going on. You get what I mean? This is the break that I need to be Kelly, not mom, not sister, not daughter, not wife, not partner, not the person who scrubs the toilets, not the person who bakes food, whatever. I am me. I am acting like myself. I'm sitting here. I'm chilled out, and we are enjoying this like bull session that apparently people like to listen to. And I think that's freaking great. And we're helping somebody. And with the movement of, using Mom for a Minute. And like, I just feel like this is wonderful. And this is me. And I like that I found myself.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to go like a little off topic for a moment, but forgive me. This is the first time I've done it whenever you've done it multiple times. But anyway,
I'm normally way on the opposite side of something.
After I had Jasmine, I had a tubal ligation, so I knew I wasn't going to have any more children. Jasmine's birth was pretty traumatic. At some point, maybe we'll go back and we'll talk about, birth stories or whatever, but let's not get into it. Anyway, it was pretty traumatic. So I had made the decision that I wasn't going to have any more children. And then as I progressed in age, I had some problems with my heart. I don't know if I've told you, but I had a mini stroke in 2016. And then I talked with my OBGYN, and she was like, Jennifer, it's important now that you don't get pregnant. She's like, unfortunately, tubal ligations can fail. And so they made me do a full hysterectomy. And I want to tell you, I went into the deepest depression of my life whenever they told me that, because in that moment, I felt like every essence of motherhood that I had was being stripped away from me.
Jesus.
And
I feel that.
Knew in that point in time that I needed a baby in life. Isn't that weird? Like, you need a baby. And I don't necessarily mean a wah newborn baby. I mean something that I can put my heart into and that I can be passionate about. And the moment that you said to me, yeah, I'm on board, I said, it's about time. Maybe I found my moment. It was like pulling Excalibur out of the stone,
I love that. Yes. And maybe that's why Joan brought us together, because you have to admit, when she was like, hey, you want to meet this girl from my church? You were like,
I was like, oh my God, what kind of situation is she putting me into? But no, honestly, in that moment, it was like a lot of things clicked. And I believe that we are put in every situation that we experience for a reason. I believe you were brought into my life to help me make a difference. And I am passionate about making a difference in the world. And I think that you are as well.
I am.
And I think that that's what keeps us going. It doesn't matter if we're having bad days. It doesn't matter if life is bringing us down. We still know we have this baby to come back to.
We do. And she's, or he, or they are going to be fantastic.
They're growing. Exactly. And we got to go through some growing pains, and that's okay. And I just know that we can keep each other positive and keep each other going and motivated. And the whole point in this is to make others realize that you're not alone.
Yep.
Like everything that we talk about, I feel like is very relatable.
Yes.
I feel like there's so many women out there that are probably feeling so isolated, and maybe just a little fragment of one of our shows they hear and they just say, oh, you know what? I'm not alone. I'm not alone.
And it gives you something to hold on to, something to believe in. And we need that. And we do. And the thing is, why do we keep tearing each other down? We shouldn't be doing that. I want to celebrate your wins with you. Anybody.
Exactly.
You want to write to me and just be on like, hey, I completely crushed this presentation today, and I'm super proud of myself. And I'm like, you know what? I'm super proud of you too. You kicked ass. You go. And it just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to compete with anybody. And that's the thing. I don't want to compete with anybody because I don't know how to put it. Like, I don't want somebody to feel bad because they didn't win. And I don't want to feel bad because I didn't win. So I just don't want to compete if
it's funny that you say it that way, because there shouldn't be any competition. I feel like no matter what, we as women should be supportive of each other, and we should be supportive of the decisions we make in life and the goals that we have. And why not? I will toot my own horn any day, and I'll toot my horn for you as well, because I'm proud of the things that you're doing, and I'm proud of the woman that you are, and I'm proud of the impact that you're making, most importantly.
Are you talking about the little old ladies that like to message me about hot guys they want me to talk about on Thursdays?
Oh, gosh. Your little old ladies are cute.
Yeah. Hey, we had David Bowie last week, so at least it was... I did Wayne Newton. Come on.
Well, let's get back on topic. Mm-hmm. There is, like some unwritten social rules that nobody explained to us. How long do you think is long enough to sit in your car after you've parked?
Oh, Jesus. All right. Look, I
depends
turned
on what
everything
song's
off.
playing, right?
It does. And then had I started the car from my key, which does it for like a certain amount of time, but the car technically isn't running. So you actually have to turn the car off and then turn it back on to get it to be able to drive. Or am I sitting in the car, I hit the button, I turned it on, it's physically running. If I shift it into gear, I can go. Those are the difference. Then you got to figure, am I parking?
I feel like
and
you
then
think about this way too much.
I do. Am I parking and then I have to go into the store and then I have to make a plan? I have a plan of action in the grocery store.
I think Kelly's ADHD just springs a little higher on the Richter scale
sometimes
than mine.
I have my whole plan. As soon as I get in a grocery store, I know exactly where everything is. And God
in a grocery store. Yeah, I do that.
Oh God.
And I even plan my route home because I want to get there the quickest way possible.
Yeah.
I want to get through the, grocery store etiquette too. Like, how are you supposed to pass in an aisle that there's not enough space? Right. I mean, sometimes I'll just beep at people. I'm annoying. I don't know, but whatever.
But what do you say? Oh, did move, bitch, get out the way. You ludicrous that shit.
I don't think that
would ludicrous work. It. That's what he was telling us. That's it. Ludicrous. If you hear this for whatever reason, we're taking you back. Move, bitch, get out the way. That's what we're doing in the grocery store. People better watch out.
What the hell is up with people in this area, dude? Okay, wait. Let me say that a little nicer. Why are people not so courteous here? I'll be in public and I'll go to walk around. So I'm like, excuse me. And they just look at me like I'm speaking French to them.
Yeah, because you are. You are.
God forbid I say, excuse me, or I'm sorry. I apologize. Excuse me.
That's not how this stuff works.
It's very weird. But honestly, nobody taught us how you're supposed to be,
Well, did you tell your kids say please and thank you? And I'll tell you it all through my kids' childhood. Please, thank you. We would go anywhere and they're like, wow, your kids are so great. They're so polite. They're so this. My kids will sit at the table and swear at me now. And I look at them and believe me, they're both over the age of 18, whatever. But and I'm very relaxed with my parenting because I wanted my kids not to be afraid of me. That was how I wasn't afraid of my parents, but I don't know, different ways of raising. But like you were saying, the expectation there of I can't believe you would speak to me like that. And it's rude. And I wouldn't have spoke like that to my parents.
Right. I never would have spoke to my parents. I would have been picking up my teeth off the floor, dude.
Uh-huh.
My parents. Oh,
and nobody would have said boo. You would have went to school and they would have been like, that's what you got for freaking talking back to your parents.
Right. Nobody you came with a black eye and you got, they're like, oh, mom fucked you up last night. Huh?
I mean, and by no means are we condoning anything, but it was just the respect aspect of it that you didn't speak like that to your elders.
Do you know how many times my parents used to say to me, well, if my parents heard you talk like this, and now I think to myself, if my parents heard you talk like this, they would pop the shit out of you.
Mm-hmm. I don't know where manners went. Where they went.
Listen.
But then that goes into it. So here you are in the grocery store, you're asking them like, hey, beep beep, and then you kind of stand there. I do the stand and shuffle where I just kind of make my presence known and wait for them to acknowledge me and move. And then sometimes I'll look and then go back to looking at what they were looking at. And you're like, are you kidding me?
I'm just going to start having one loaded in the chamber and rip ass on people whenever they're in my way. I feel like that would get me more.
Crop dust and then bounce out, turn around and give a smile like that. Like the guy from The Mummy there. I can never remember what the mummy's name is, but they have a whole thing of him shitting in the bathroom and somebody walks in and you stop. Oh, God, I'll share the meme on the page.
Okay, yeah, you're going to have to share it with me because I feel like I'm so lost.
It's okay. I don't know. They had a whole Brendan Fraser day. I don't know if anyone saw that on Facebook, but I forgot what a babe that man is.
Oh,
anyways, back on to topic here.
Well, what are tiny things that just ruin your entire mood? Respectfully, of course. For example, the lighting in a fitting room. It always makes you look amazing. And then you get home. My bathroom freaking mirror. I get ready in the morning and I look at myself and I was like, damn girl. And then I go outside and I'm like, oh, the light looks nice out here. I take a picture and it's like, and you're like, oh my God, you're like Swamp Witch.
Yes. And I'm like, what? And then I go back inside and look at that. I'm like, did I miss something? I go back inside, look at the mirror. And the mirror's like, nah, babe, you're fine. And I'm like, I don't know.
What about the sound of someone chewing their food? Doesn't that like get right to your soul?
Yes. And then you're like, you're listening and you can. Oh my God. Yes. I am raging thinking about it. And then
let me give you some more anger things. What about you're washing the dishes and your sleeves get wet?
You stick your hand in and you get a big wad of nasty fucking food.
I got the best one for you, Kelly. Autocorrect betrayal.
Oh my God. Everything I talk to text to you autocorrects to the point where you are like, are you having a stroke? And I'm like, no, talk to text.
Right.
And you're like, all right. All right. You're like, now you've been handing the phone to John. You're like, hey, you want to do a puzzle with me? And he's like, oh, Kelly. Okay, let's see. I sit down and decrypt her what I said. Back.
Nobody can decrypt what you say. No. It's like we're just talking in another language, and my family just assumes that we have our own language at this point.
You're like, I'll just call her. I'll call her. You're like, okay, now we can make some sense.
Well, I mean, because every bit of your text, not only do they go mish, 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 but whenever it like corrects your curse words with stars, I'm like, God, just cuss at me.
Yeah. All right. After this, you look at my phone and figure out how I can start cussing at people.
Yeah, I'm gonna change your settings, girl. We're gonna figure it out.
Probably if it's set to a 13-year-old. And when I went and got the phone, he's like, yeah, this woman is not mature. 13.
Like, no, not today, ma'am. Not today. Well, there's other things that I think that we could talk about, like as far as our mom brain versus actual reality. How many times have you walked into a room and completely forgot why you were there?
Oh, every time. I'm doing it at work now. And and to be honest, my job is pretty repetitive of what I do. Like and I'll stand there for a couple minutes and then I'm like, oh, let me go sit down for a second. And then I forgot what I was doing. And I start thinking and I'm like, where am I? Shoot. And then I have to get up and start everything all over. I have to like do everything. And I don't know if that's mom brain or the fact that I'm heading into that menopause.
I've said all the time that I feel like I'm a sim and someone's controlling and canceling my actions. Doesn't it feel like that? Like it literally feels like your entire thought just goes shoop and it's gone.
They put you in the pool and then took out the ladder.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love The Sims. I'm so glad you brought that up.
What about putting something in a safe place so you won't forget where you put it?
Oh, yeah. Forgot that.
I have found things years down the road and I've been like, oh, yeah, that's where I put it.
And you're like, not for nothing. That really is a safe space.
Right.
I'm going to put this thing here, too.
I didn't even remember it was there. Yeah. Exactly. Well, what about when you start 5 tasks and you can't even complete one?
Oh my God. You know what I do is I come home from a job, whatever job I'm at, and I'll come home, I take the dogs out, I come in and immediately I start picking up. So I tell Alexa, get on, she plays my music. So I'll start picking up and then I'm like, oh, there's dishes. So then I'm overdoing there in the dishes. I'm like, oh, I should have a coffee. So I go and I make a coffee and then whoop, I should probably wipe down the cars. Whoop, the dog has to come back in. Whoop, 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 whoop. And by the end of it, my coffee's cold. I didn't even finish nothing.
Oh, I can totally relate. I feel like as a woman, I constantly have all of these tabs open and I'll never understand it because John can literally have one tab open and he'll close it and open another. And it never makes sense to me how he can keep his thought process together like that.
I can't.
Because I'll have every tab open and I'll be overloaded. But that brings us to the science in it. I mean, a cognitive load is real and modern life is 100% overstimulating.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 90% of it. You know what? And as soon as I'm overstimulated, my belt loop gets stuck on the door and then my day is ruined. It's ruined. That's it. The end of the day, I have to go back to bed. I have to start everything all over again. I do. Because that just bloop, anger.
Right.
Whole day. Okay. Anyways. You know what? I got to tell you guys, Jen got this really cool card game. So I've been telling her numerous times to bring it into the studio and let's play at least a couple just for some comic relief. So I think that next episode, we're going to do a couple of them because they're raunchy and funny. And that's what we need occasionally. Some raunchy funniness.
Think we need some raunchy and funniness?
Oh, I like to be raunchy.
I know you do, girl. Yeah. Remember, I need to make like a digital art of us and me just be this dried up prune and you be this luscious, juicy peach.
I was thinking of myself as Austin Powers, and that's where you went. I'm going to take that. I love you for thinking I'm a sexy peach. Bitches, I am a sexy peach.
Just
I don't have an ass.
Fuzz.
I do have
peach fuzz.
I do have just a little peach fuzz. See?
Oh my God, I'm so snotty. It's so gross. Talk about inconvenience. Why am I sick on my day off?
Because it's your day off.
Why does
that was a different language.
Why does my body decide to say, oh, you want to rest? Fuck you. You're going to rest all day. I'm 100% have been couch locked. If you go down there and you look at my couch, I guarantee you there's like the shape of my body on it.
It's all right.
Yeah. I've been in my couch and in my feels about being sick.
Well, it just sucks because it hinders you from, well, you can't go to work and then you can't go over and see Joan because God forbid you bring something over there.
Right.
Do that.
And I haven't been going and visiting her. Well, we did go out this weekend. Saturday, I actually didn't feel too miserable. Maybe it was Sunday. I don't know. Either way, I didn't feel super miserable, but it's like I wake up and I feel pretty good. And then the end of the day comes and it's like, ugh.
Sometimes I just feel like that because it's just the end of the day and it's just like it's been a draining day or a hard day or whatever. And I'm just like, eh. And I get home. You know, something that just I have pretty much an empty nest now. I mean, they come and go, but I haven't been like cooking because what's the point if nobody's there to eat? And I could live on literally having an apple and some peanut butter and be fine.
Yeah.
But like, I'm getting complaints from my children. They're like, oh, you're not cooking. And I'm like, for who? You two know how to make your own food. I mean, not for nothing. My daughter is a culinary arts student. Why am I cooking when half the time you guys aren't here and I'm not hungry?
Right.
You know what I mean? And it just, and then just thinking about like, that's an inconvenience I could just kind of do without. Not that I don't care, but hell, I've been cooking your meals for how many years? Y'all know how to cook everything I make. So I don't know. It just, like you were just saying, just the tabs that are open. And then now they're tabs that I could actually close. But I mean, I can't. Because what if it needs to be opened again? You know?
That's how I feel too. Like, it's like something that I need to, like I have to marinate on it. Sometimes, like I said earlier about the whole science of, you know, my sim action was just canceled.
I felt that because mine did too. I was like, I remember this conversation and then the little tab went away and I was like, wait, I'm stuck in the pool with no ladder. So sorry, people. It's gonna be a minute before I get back out when he puts it back in.
So, I want to tell a story, about a time where life was just a little inconvenient, but I mean, okay, wait, maybe I have two because both of them are great. I gotta tell you both. So, a lot of times, you know, like whenever you're just running on nothing, when you're running on fumes, your brain doesn't really connect correctly.
Right.
And whenever the kids were really small, I used to work for a newspaper and I was a district manager. And anytime one of my paper routes didn't have a carrier on it, I had to run it.
Ooh.
And the majority of them were rural. And I had one that was 118 miles one way.
Oh, for newspapers?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yes. So,
dude, they must have made a lot of money. How do you make money off of that?
Well, a lot of the routes that I had like paper machines in them. So they would make cash daily out of those. I mean, really, they don't make that much money, honest to God. It's really, it's kind of a shitty pay. It's just a contractor thing and they get a 1099. Anyway, so we had these routes down and, I was out in the middle of freaking nowhere and I got the tummy rumblies.
Ooh. No.
I want to tell you that I pulled over on the side of a dirt road in the middle of nowhere. And I thought I was good. I bent over and I took a shit on the side of the road and I wiped my ass with a Sunday paper as well. I just want to let you know, after that, I did start keeping toilet paper and wipes and stuff in my car. Yeah. But as I wiped my ass, which I'm sure I probably had like ink smeared across my cheeks, but I go to stand up and button my pants. And as I stand up, I see this giant bay window with an old man and a glass of coffee in his hand. And we make eye contact. So to the man that saw me shit on the side of the road while drinking his morning coffee, I apologize.
He lifted the mug up. He was like,
I mean, when you gotta go, you've gotta go. But there was that same morning, I was working all night. I would go in at like midnight and I didn't get off till like 2:00 the next day. And I had the kids all the time. So I was going in and I was trying to find recruits for this paper route that I shat on. And I'm reading the paper. And as I'm leaving the office earlier that morning, I had parked in the front of the building. But in the afternoon, I had parked on the side of the building because there was customers. So as I walk outside, I'm reading it, getting ready to dial this kid's number. And I get in the car. And as I look down, I realize there's an Afghan on this seat. This is a bench seat. Whose car am I in? And I look up and there's a man probably in his 70s. And he's like, well, hello, darling. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Then the next time that I got into a stranger's vehicle,
oh, Jesus.
I feel like we just need a precursor with that. I was in Salt Lake City with a friend. She was going to meet her now husband. And she parked at the grocery store and she was like, well, I got to go get gas. I was like, it's cool. I'll stay over here. I'll smoke. And then I'll meet you back over there. Cool, cool, cool. So I smoke and I walk over to the gas station and I see the car parked. And so I climb into the back seat and I notice there's somebody outside pumping the gas. And I saw like a puffy black jacket. So I thought it was the guy that, we met up with.
Yeah.
And so I pulled the covers out from the back of the seat. I pulled out a magazine. I got comfortable, took off my sunglasses and laid back and curled up in this blanket. Then I looked up and I realized I was in an Audi and my friend drove a Honda. So I literally busted out the back door and this man was so startled. Like he was walking around to get into the car. Can you imagine if he had just drove away with me in the back seat, comfortable with his blankets? Oh my God, it was the craziest thing. But it was a red car too. And I just got in there. I just can't believe and I left my sunglasses in there. So dude, if you're out there and you know me and you remember this, I'd like my Hello Kitty sunglasses back, please.
Please. They'd be vintage now. You get that, right?
Yeah.
They'd be vintage. Definitely.
But yeah, so those are times that my brain overrode my ass, so to speak. I mean, did you ever have anything similar, like where your brain just stopped working and you had something, like you just did something stupid and you were like, why did I do that?
Oh my God, you didn't prepare me for this. I don't know if I can think of anything. There's so many. There's so many.
I have a lot too. Shit, I could tell you more stories all day long.
I remember we used to stay. It was, and I'm going to throw my friend Gabe into this. And her and I were going down to the gas station. We were going to stand outside because we were going to get somebody to buy us a 40. I don't know why. We were like, anyway. So we had our I don't know, I think it was $6. And turned around and ended up getting some guy to go in there and buy us a 40. He bought us a Big Bear 40. So we're gonna be cool. He didn't even ask to like drink with us, which I found was kind of weird. You think he would have done something, but hey, thanks, dude, for not fucking taking advantage of us. So anyway, so off we go into the woods. We're gonna drink this beer. We go and we meet up with our friends, and then we're getting drunk and buying the inconvenience. And so I'm like, okay, I don't like beer. So I would hold my nose and swig as much as I could. Do you know what happens when you do that? You vomit it up. You know what else comes out? It comes out your nose as well. And it only does that in front of the boy you like. And you were excited because he had shown up to this little impromptu get together. And you were inconvenienced because
tell me why I have a very similar story.
Oh, I know. and you never got to tell said boy you liked him because you were like, he will never look at me the same as seeing Big Bear 40 come shooting out of my nose while we were in the woods partying.
Oh my God. Well,
Yep.
I mean, tell me, I feel like we've lived the same life, just in two different realms.
Yes.
Because I had a very similar experience. We used to have these gatherings at my apartment and they were just freaking liquor fests. And I mean liquor, Liquor, not liquor like Licke. Lickher. God, I can't even spell.
Were you a cheerleader? She was a cheerleader.
Girl, no. I was not a cheerleader. Well, no, like in middle school I tried. What the fuck was that?
It was your pulling your thing down. It made a
That was scary. I feel like we had a ghost in here with us. Anyways,
I mean,
we used to have these gatherings and my brother and I would always make trash can punch. I don't know what you guys called it here. Trash can punch, swamp juice.
You're going to have to explain to me what it is.
So it's like where you mix Kool-Aid and like Sprite and orange soda and
I'm sorry. We just called it
trash
punch.
can punch. Okay, yeah. And then
I
you
don't know
mix
what
Everclear into it. Everclear.
Okay, yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
Well, my brother and I would make it we called it jungle juice. That's what we called it. Jungle juice. So we would make it every week and we would have these big parties and we would play quarters with jungle juice. And then we would play quarters with whatever liquor we had. And it was always Malibu.
Yeah, I
can't even think about Malibu right now, but anyway,
I like Malibu and cranberry.
We ran out of Malibu and my friend came over and there was this guy that was a very, very good friend of mine. And he was such a good looking guy. He was so sweet too. He used to call me because we lived in a dry county. Anyways, he used to say, hey, let's go get a beer. And so we'd go across into the wet county and drink and we'd just hang out all night. We'd watch old Westerns. And he was just this really chill, laid back guy. And I always wanted there to be more, but we were just good friends, you know?
Yeah. And you couldn't figure out how to broach it where it wouldn't make things weird.
And he was the most cordial. He held the door for me everywhere we went. He was very nice. And his name, I don't know if I should say his name, but his name was Matt Jones. But do you remember when Mike Jones was a big deal and be like, who? Mike Jones? Who? Mike Jones? You remember that?
Excuse me, I have to Facebook Mike Jones here or Matt Jones. What'd you say his name was again?
Mike Jones. Matt Jones was the name of the guy. Anyway, he was fantastic. Always.
We're going to Facebook him, guys. Hold on.
I have looked for him. I don't think that he exists on the social medias. Anyway, we were great friends. I probably have some pictures of him. I'll go back into my pictures and I'll show them to you. But that night he came over and we were out of Malibu and he said, oh, I got some, what the hell is that rooster whiskey? Wild Turkey. He said, I got some Wild Turkey 101 in my car. He said, we could drink that. I said, okay. Now, the way that my brother and I played quarters was we had 5 shot glasses in a row. If you hit it in the closest shot glass to them, you had to take all 5 shots. If you hit it in the 4th one, you had to take 4. If you hit it in the 3rd, you had to take 3. Okay, so that's how we played quarters. We didn't fuck around.
You were going to be drunk.
Oh, yeah. So my brother sunk it into my 3rd one, and my first shot went down just fine. My second shot went down just fine. And I got to the 3rd one, and I sniffed it.
Oh,
that's where I messed up. And I just started throwing up out of my nose, all over myself. And Matt, the kindest man ever, literally said, hey, Jennifer, let me help you. He took my clothes off me, he showered me. He didn't even make it weird, dude. It was like having someone who had been taking care of my entire life, taking care of me. And then he put me in bed and I went to sleep. And then he texted me the next morning and he had left Tylenol and a drink by the bed for me and everything.
And you're going, I love you.
I know. I was like, why can't you just be my person? He was such a sweet guy and he was always so respectful. And it was nice to have somebody that was honest, because in that time of my life, whenever I was a party girl, I didn't make wise decisions. And so it was really nice to have people around me that did look out for me. And I never felt like I was,
well, maybe this is our time. This is us paying it forward now.
Right.
For those that reached out and look after us, we're paying it forward in your name. In your name for all that you did for us and still do for us, because there's people who still reach out now and want to be able to help you. I mean, it just sucks that we're starting to get far and few between, in general, of people who just want to be the difference.
Right. And something that I think that's important to say is You know, you're not broken if normal life feels weirdly hard sometimes. You're just a human in a very overstimulating group project.
I agree.
And if you ended up fighting a fitted sheet this week and lost, just know that you're safe with us. We understand.
You're not trapped under it. We pulled you out. We came and pulled you out. We did.
Something that we want to put out there is it would be nice if some people just wanted to send us some ridiculous everyday tasks that personally disrespect you. We're going to build a list.
And then we're going to yell at the offended list. People
right.
on fire.
I feel like we should 100% talk about it. Because remember, you're not alone. We all have these feelings. We all get overwhelmed and life can be too much.
Yep.
So until next time.
Girl, bye.
Girl, bye.